Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick haul video or review video. This time I went to Derm Store and picked some sunscreens. I think sunscreens are really important, but it's very hard to find the right one for either your complexion or based on your preferences in terms of chemical versus mineral. So I'm going to talk about this in a second. So the first one up is the Elta MD skincare. That's a SPF 30. And it has octane oxide 7.5 inch, which is chemical, and zinc oxide, which is 7.0%, and that's a mineral-based sunscreen, and that's actually the most powerful ingredient. The problem with those is, or the drawback, is it makes your skin kind of pasty white. And this formula is pretty good. It gives it a slight tint of white, but since it has a little bit of a safe chemical ingredient in there, it's sort of a hybrid of both. And then there's this one. It's kind of similar. I really like this one a lot. If I don't want to look really white like I probably do now, I'm wearing this one, by the way. I'm wearing this one. I'm using this one. It's slightly tinted, and it's 41, and it really blocks the sun, perfectly. It has zinc oxide 9%, and then titanium dioxide. So it's, I can't get it out right, I'm sorry. Titanium dioxide, 7.0%. So it's completely mineral based, and has also some antioxidants that are beneficial when you're exposed to the sun. So this is a really good blocker that looks good on your skin. It has a slight tint, so it probably won't work with every skin tone, but it's worth a try, and it really doesn't make your skin greasy or anything. It's just smooth, and doesn't give you any breakouts. It's not prone to give you any breakouts. I think I can get breakouts quite easily. For instance, I wouldn't wear this too much, these ones, and they're all based on the same principle, namely avobenzone, octisalat, the big four chemical ingredients that really block the sun. They are effective, but the thing is, you're basically clogging up your pores, and for your endocrine system it's not very healthy. Those sunscreens, sorry Aveeno, this is just one of many, are shown to actually being absorbed through the skin and have like reproductive defects, endocrine, your hormone balance goes out of whack and things like that. Maybe not if you use it once, twice, or maybe even a week or a month, but if you use it over a lifespan, I'm sure it accumulates, especially all over your body. So I'm not using those sunscreens anymore to keep any hormone interferences from those dangerous chemicals at bay. Another one. So this is what I got at the Derm Store, and they have the full lineup. So this is great. Came quick. I think shipping was free in this case. I got this one at the pharmacy. This is a Solbar zinc. That's zinc based, but it also has two chemical components in there, homosalat and octane oxide, which are safer than the heavy hitters avobenzone and so forth that you would find in a regular sunscreen, such as Aveeno. And this one is 38. It's non-irritating, water resistant. So this one I put usually on my neck, on my hands, and on my body if I have to, on my arms. But I don't put it on my face. I could put it on the face, but I think it would be a little bit too oily. Gives you probably a nice complexion, shiny and radiant, or what else not. But for me, I wouldn't do that. And here's one that's very sensitive and very thin. I like this one. I did a lot of research to get this right. I got this one here, which is a combination of 2 mineral ingredients and 2 chemical ingredients. It's excellent. It's extremely thin, so it goes on your face really quickly. You don't have to rub, and it's really quick, and it moisturizes as well. It's probably not as protective as than the Elta MD, which is doctor recommended and formulated, if you want, as far as I know, as far as they're telling us, skincare. And you normally can't buy this. This is usually for doctors sell you that, but on the Derm Store website you can. But this is great too. I think, and even the Aveeno, which is pretty good because it has this oat thing in there, which is good for your skin once in a while. What I would do, what I'm doing is, I'm living in Southern California, by the way. I'm living in Los Angeles right now. We had 100 degrees near the beach for the first time. It was a heat wave that, since recorded history, it was never that hot. 100 degrees. Normally here on the west side, by the beach, usually 80 degrees. So that's, I guess, 28 Celsius. But it was 40 Celsius, 100 and more, so it was a scorcher. Anyways, what did I want to say? I think what I was trying to say, yeah, that we have a lot of sun, we have a lot of heat throughout the year. So I'm trying to protect my skin. I'm a light skin type. I used to, and I still do. I still play a lot of sports, soccer, outdoors, and things like that. So I try to protect myself. I don't surf, I don't go to the beach, I was never laying at the beach much. Originally from Europe, so I probably had less sun damage than most white Americans have by that age. But when I got here, I noticed that my skin and the skin pigmentation and things like that, it would just affect my skin. The sun is very strong here, and it makes you feel good, obviously, for the vitamin D and so forth. So, and all those chemical sunscreens didn't really work for me. They would even either give me breakouts or not protect me enough. So what I'm doing now is I'm sort of, and that's not even the full array, I'm cycling them, because at this point we can't really know for sure. We can only go by what the research says, and I did a lot of research online, that minerals are obviously better in terms of protection and for your endocrine/hormonal system, but we don't know for sure. So each of them has other ingredients as well, with the so-called inactive ingredients. And if you really want to be particular about it, it's worth it researching them, because you're putting this, some of the things are always absorbed into your body, and you want to make sure you're careful what you put into your body on a daily basis. If you put this, like for 5 seconds on your hand, nothing's going to happen. But I think it's worth it to find a good, healthy sunscreen that does its job in the long run. And I know probably girls have a completely different approach to it. They have their own hauling tutorials in regards to that, because they have the makeup issue. It has to blend with their foundation and things like that, and the whole appearance. Me, if I have a look a little wider, a little ghostly sometimes, I don't care about that. I mean, I'm rather, I'd rather can be outside and do what I want to do and look a little weird, that's fine for me. So but and there's not too many information there what guys should be using, so this is good. The only thing is, if you have a little bit of a beard, like I do sometimes, it's hard to put the sunscreen here, because the white sunscreen, it just on top of the hair, it just kind of looks weird. My hair is blonde here, but I think if you would have dark hair, it would be even worse. So in my opinion, I would just cheat sometimes. I mean, sometimes not put anything there, if it's long enough, maybe it filters some sun, or just reduce my sun exposure. And then this, so I put this here. And sometimes if I go skiing, or really a long, know I'm going to be a lot of time, in the sun, I just shave clean and then just put it on. And I'm good. And I don't use since the mineral sunscreen, I wouldn't put anything underneath my eyes normally, but if I know I'm going to have a lot of sun exposure, then I'm putting on, I put the mineral only sunscreen. I can put that underneath the eyes, because it stays on top. One word of caution, that's an issue that's been warned about, are the mineral sunscreens that are nanoparticles, so micronized, which the Elta MDs are. They're micronized, meaning they're very, very small particles. And there was a discussion going on for a while if they're so small that can actually get into the bloodstream, which would make them toxic, because titanium dioxide, you don't want to have that in your bloodstream. You can bypass that by just not buying micronized titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which then it's not going to come on as smooth. Okay, that's the drawback.